back to our Mukbang and Hang series. We are having Fat Tuesday meals today. Didn't really know what that entails, so I googled it, and some items that I did see were fried green tomatoes and shrimp po' boy. I guess kind of Cajun food. Is that what it is? Yeah, Cajun food. And we have here some of the, well, they were supposed to be po' boys, but the baguette didn't quite turn out as I was hoping. I made those myself. But on the buns, we have vegan shrimp, the sauteed onions, some vegan cheese. I don't think that's normally there, but I put that on some greens, and I made like a little sauce to go with it. It's like some kind of mayo based sauce with ketchup, some seasonings. I don't even really remember what I put in it. I think maybe some like Creole and Chesapeake Bay type seasoning, some olive brine and capers. Yeah.
So this was your first time making these this specific baguette recipe, right?
Yes, but yeah, I would say if you're going to follow a recipe for baking, just choose one instead of combining a couple different ones, because yeah, it didn't really turn out exactly as I was hoping. It was kind of hard to understand the directions. Whenever I made it, I wasn't sure if the flour or batter should have been as sticky as it was, and you know, later on I watched some YouTube video and it seemed like it was supposed to be sticky, but I was unsure, so I just kept on adding more flour. And you know, with baking, you're supposed to follow everything to a science. But anyway, I'm drooling because I'm hungry now, so let's just try. Yeah. Do you want to try these toasties, or do you want this one? Kind of folds like that, but it might be really hard on your mouth, and
it seems really crusty and hard, so
yeah.
I'll try the kind of...
So we can just try these first. I'm gonna put some sriracha on mine. Do you want some? Or are you gonna try it without? Yeah, so well, I guess you can try some on your hands and fingers.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, shall we? Cheers. I feel like I need something under here. Oh God.
It's good.
Yeah. And the sriracha on my nose.
Got us both. I like the shrimp.
This is Maewa brand shrimp, also known as I think they changed their names to Lily's Vegan Pantry. I think so far it's like my favorite vegan shrimp that I've had. As far as texture, sometimes some of like the vegan shrimp can be a little too chewy but not much flavor. I feel like this has a nice balance. It can be a little soft. It has like a little bounce to the chew, and the flavor is really good. It's not overpowering. You can definitely customize, you know, whatever to add on to it. I just can't believe that happened. But yeah, pretty good for our first meal of the day. It only took like a bazillion hours. I started the bread last night and we were a little busy today, so it didn't really get made or baked after proofing in the fridge last night until much later. And then with baking, you have to like wait a long time, or at least like plan it accordingly. Ideally you bake it before you're hangry, but was starting to get a little impatient. So I'm not sure if I like didn't proof it enough, because I was expecting it to just like be a little, you know, more fluffed, or but then also I'm like, maybe I just over mixed it, because whenever I was making the bao buns, I kind of had to like combine it, but also I guess there was less water, so it, I don't know. Anyway, it was just, yeah, you live and you learn. But
Yeah.
we're not, what we don't like wasting food, so we can always find something to do with it, and it's not even that bad.
Yeah, I think you're getting better and better at baking.
Yeah.
It just takes practice, and I think you're, like you said, you know, following recipes. You have to follow one recipe and don't riff on it. Like baking is more of an exact science than just like, you know,
Cooking.
stovetop cooking.
Yeah. And whenever I cook, I don't really use recipes. I kind of just go based on what I think it needs, how I know I want it to taste, kind of thing. But with baking, you really have to just kind of just get it all right in order for this loaf to be born. Sounds crunchy.
Very crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Very tasty. Not as heavy as some fried green tomatoes that I've had in the past.
Well, that's surprising, considering I deep fried it.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why, you think?
Well, I feel like I don't know how they're traditionally made, but I'm guessing there's probably an egg wash involved.
Well, if there is an egg wash, I mean, a lot of things that are battered and fried will have like an egg wash, but I think the fact that it usually, like, people will do it on top of the stove or on a pan, a shallow pan, and add oil to it, and you kind of flip it. And I feel like maybe that method, it's easier to have it be, if like the temperature's not consistent, like all the way through while you're cooking it, it might absorb more of the oil rather than kind of like frying it.
I'll try it with some sriracha. I feel like I would like it to be spicy.
This is so good. Yeah, okay, this is probably my favorite, or the best fried green onions I've ever made.
Tomato.
Oh, tomato. Yeah. Ooh, onions would be good too. If you did like a whole onion.
Or an onion ring.
That's what I mean. But not like a ring, but like a whole like layer.
Fry a whole onion.
Not a whole onion, but you know, like you cut it into like, make it look like this.
Oh, like, yeah.
That would be really good. But yes, tomato. It's the best fried tomatoes I've ever made. The past few times that I've tried, they've kind of like just fallen apart. And I think the whole secret to this was like just making sure you have like a good amount of coating. I like dry coated it with like all-purpose flour, and then put it in like a milk wash, which had soy milk, ACV, seasonings, and I added psyllium husk to try to make it a little more bindy, and I think that helped a little bit. And then, you know, your cornmeal mixed with all-purpose flour, and
it's really good.
Yeah, that really helped it kind of like completely be covered. Kind of like the outside kind of reminds me of fried chicken, or just the way it looks. Maybe it's like the AP flour.
Yeah, it's got the little craggly bits and ridges.
And if you were to air fry this afterwards, it would be just as good, if not even more delicious, because I find that like whenever you put air fried things or fried things in the air fryer, it kind of just like makes it even more crunchy and removes like the excess oil, so that it kind of just really squeezes in all that crunchy stuff together. Oh, this is amazing.
We've got a flock of birds that are gathering here. I don't know if they're wanting some shrimp po' boys and fried green tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Probably hungry because there's no food in the feeder.
Yeah, I gotta refill the bird feeder. There are a lot of birds out here in the country, and we've got one of these little bird feeders, like about this big, looks like a little house,
Mm-hmm.
and they can go through the whole thing in like 1 or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta keep them fed.
Surprisingly, really filling too.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think I might have like cut a few of these pieces really thick. Like this is kind of huge. Like you don't need but one slice maybe. Or you could put this in between, you know, what they say, like a fried green tomato sandwich. People do
Yeah,
that.
I feel like it would be good on a
This is a better size, thinner.
like a sandwich. Even like a
White bread?
yeah. I was thinking more. I mean, it would be good on a hamburger. I think it would be
Like as the bread or in.
on top of the hamburger patty on a bun.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a big burger, but it would add like an extra element.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you have like a fried onion ring on a burger.
Mm-hmm.
This would be like that, but it would have that little bit of, you know, a tart flavor of the green tomato.
And this is not even really that tart.
Yeah, not
Some
too
of them.
much.
I think, yeah, they weren't as green, but they were still really hard. I actually lucked out. Well, we went to the grocery store, and Kroger has this like reduce aisle area, or not reduce aisle, but reduce
In the
produce stand.
in the produce area.
And it's kind of hit or miss what you'll find. But we've always been really lucky to find like things that, you know, we could either use that day or that we've been wanting to eat. Because I was talking about, yeah, what are we going to make for this Fat Tuesday thing? And sure enough, there are these green tomatoes, which I've never seen. Never really seen there. Seen there? Yeah. Never
really seen
Yeah.
there.
I've never really seen there in the stands, because usually they'll have like some old bananas, or they've been having like a lot of tomatoes and fruits, a lot of oranges, which we'll like take some oranges and juice those. But yeah,
Yeah, check out the reduced.
if some places it's easier to see where it is, and other locations I feel like it's kind of like
Yeah, they hide it, I think.
in the corner somewhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this lunchtime mukbang and hang. We're coming up on 15 minutes, so we ran a little long last time. We'll cut it short, but yeah, try and make your own baguette sometime. It's an adventure.
Oh.
And and hope you have a happy Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
And if you know what is a Fat Tuesday, just put the comments on below.
happy Mardi Gras to everyone that celebrates.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And thank you to to everything for the amazing foods to try. All cultures, celebrations, everything. So thankful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh God.